whatever. They found a letter, and the letter stated, I am going to commit suicide. I'm going to walk to the bridge to commit suicide. If on my way, one person should talk to me or smile at me, I won't jump. Obviously, that didn't happen. Hey man, what's up? How y'all doing? Welcome back to the channel. You already know it's your boy Ice, man. Listen. So I've been doing some thinking, right? And what I come to realize is a lot of people really don't understand what depression is and how it truly affects you. Like a lot of people, if you've never been through depression yourself, if you never had that personal experience, it is really hard to understand when someone tells you that they're feeling depressed and they're feeling a little out of it, or they feel like they have a great cloud, following them around, or a dark shadow. It's really hard for you to understand exactly what they mean when they say these things. It's hard for you to understand their behavior changes. It's hard for you to understand the person they've become because of the situation that they're going through. So bear with me as I try to make today's vlog about creating a better understanding of depression, because you may never know who's depressed around you. It might be a loved one, it might be the girl you're talking to, the guy you're talking to, it might be your best friend. You know what I'm saying? It could be your teacher. It could be anybody at all in your life that you care about. And you may see some signs in their behaviors and not quite sure what it is. Now, please keep in mind my disclaimer. I am not a professional psychologist. Yes, I did study psychology in college and I do have a degree. However, I am not a certified psychologist. What I'm telling you is off of personal experience and a little bit off of what I've learned throughout college. So bear with me and understand that if you've never had the personal experience, what I'm about to explain to you may be a little bit difficult to understand. But if you care enough to stop and listen to it, you might be able to help somebody out that's close to you, someone that you care about, man. So let's do this. Alright, y'all. So like I was saying, man, a lot of people really don't understand depression, and until you've gone through it yourself, it is really hard for anyone to explain it to you. And coincidentally, I just left a poetry lounge where one of the poets there actually had a story that really hit me, and I think I want to share it with you guys. So it's a story of a man who walked to the Golden Gate Bridge, and he jumped off. When the authorities went to his house to investigate, obviously they're going to try to find out what caused it. They're going to look for any suicide notes or, anything that can show maybe they've tried other attempts or whatever. They found a letter, and the letter stated, I am going to commit suicide. I'm going to walk to the bridge to commit suicide. If on my way, one person should talk to me or smile at me, I won't jump. Obviously, that didn't happen. And that was an old story, but it made me think of how today is. And a lot of us today are so caught up in our lives and so caught up in the things that are going on that we think we're too big or too busy just to smile at someone, just to say hi to someone, just to be nice or be polite to someone. There's so many times I'm on the road and people cut you off. Or I'm walking into a door and people let go of the door and let it, you have to struggle to open the door by yourself. I've had a baby in my hand before with another hand full, and people walked in the door and not held it for me. So it's just simple little things to show how you can do something as small as that to help someone out. And it's really hard to understand the signs of depression. But there are people around you right this moment as you're watching this vlog that are suffering from depression. There's someone in your family. There's someone amongst your friends. There's someone in your classroom, someone in your church, someone at your job, someone in the subway, on the bus, in the Uber or the Lyft ride, someone in a restaurant, someone in Walmart. There is someone around you right now, right this moment, that is suffering from depression. And something as simple as a smile can do so much for people sometimes. If only we would take a moment to slow down our day and just to find out what it is what it is that we can do to make the other person feel better. We're too caught up in ourselves. And we have to get to a point where we can stop, slow down, realize that we need each other. We're here for each other. We're here to be each other's keeper. We can do so much great things by ourselves, yes. But we can do so much more as a team, as a unit. And if we look out for our fellow counterparts, our fellow brothers and sisters, our co-workers, our friends, our family members, it's simple little things. It's hard sometimes the person is going through it and they don't even know that they're going through depression because it's hard for you yourself to detect it. A lot of times you're just thinking, I'm having a bad day. I'm having a bad week. And it's only after it's gone on for weeks and weeks and months that you realize it's something more than just stress. It's something more than just a bad day. It's something more than just a bad week or a bad month. Now it's something bigger. And depression is really hard for anyone to deal with, let alone to understand. It's beyond just a chemical imbalance in your brain. And obviously that's not, it's not something you can just snap your fingers and fix like that. And you know, for people who aren't medicated, people who don't have access to medication, and who may be trying to do behavioral therapy, maybe you're trying to do it the long process, which is what I've done. And trust me, it's not easy. It's not easy trying to change your mind from having negative thoughts to thinking that everything you're going through is because you're tough, and God is only giving it to you because He knows you can handle it. It's tough believing that. It's tough dealing with that. And sometimes we have to stop and stop thinking these suicide jokes are funny, and stop thinking that joking about depression is funny, and stop thinking that someone who's depressed is weak, because it takes more than one thing for you to even get into a depressive state. So for you to have been beaten down and beaten down and beaten down consistently, week after week after week after month after month after month, before you become depressed, it means that you're a tough person. But like every person, no one's perfect. You're gonna fall. And this depression is just that moment of being on the ground. And you gotta dig deep inside and find a way on your own most times to feel better. So if we can do something as simple as smile at someone, you may never know how impactful that is. Now, to get a little bit more into trying to understand depression. Depression is something that it takes over your mind. You can't think right. You can't be positive. You can't have good self-esteem. You can't, you can't think of anything that's good and positive and enlightening. Every time you try to do that, even if you do, there's always something that happens that puts you back to square one. So it's almost like you're always doing this. And it gets frustrating just going in circles and doing the same thing over and over and over. So understand that depression is far beyond just a bad day. It's far beyond just snapping your fingers and getting back to reality and things changing. It's far beyond you taking off a shirt like it's dirty and I put a new shirt on and I'm clean again. It doesn't work that way. I wish I had the perfect words to explain it. I wish I had the right way to do it. And I'm going to try to make this maybe a 3-4 part vlog to try to dig deep in as much as I can. I'll use a little bit of the medical terms. I'll go into DSM-5 and giving you the proper medical description for depression and what are the signs and the symptoms of it. And some of the medication lists. Whatever it takes to try to help you, to get you to understand that depression is not to be joked with. It's not to be taken lightly. It is as serious as you would think about HIV. It's as serious as you would think about cancer. It's as serious as you would think about any other disease, Alzheimer's or whatever else. It's on that level. It is on that level. It's just, it probably isn't as advertised or as talked about. But it is on that level. it will destroy your life, especially if you have no one there with you, especially if you're trying to do it on your own and you're not properly educated and you don't have the willpower, and all you keep doing is getting beaten down and beaten down and beaten down. And just like this guy, if you want to give earth and life one last chance and hope that there is a glimmer of sunlight behind this thick gray cloud, and if that one person could just smile at you and make you feel like there's a reason to be here, it's not all bad. Even if it's a stranger, anyone, anything, just a nice kind gesture on a bad day can do so much for someone. So while you're going on your busy day, stop for a second, look around, smile at people, be nice. You never know whose life you're changing. Appreciate y'all for watching the vlog. Definitely subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so that way you can get up-to-date notification on when I put vlogs up. Definitely like and share the videos. If it cannot help you, it can help someone else. And for something like this, if you already are educated on depression and how severe it is, pass it on to someone else. Educate someone else. And if you're not, if this is new information to you, soak it up. Please try to help someone. You never know who you're helping. Instead of us sitting here and blaming people when they commit suicide or talking down about them, or when they go out and kill other people or do mass shootings or stuff like that. And it's not making an excuse for any of these. Please do not get me wrong. By no means am I making an excuse, but understand how severe depression is, and then we can talk about all those other things. Until then,